Ancient History, Monday, the 18th of October, Part 2. A question was asked if there are tribes today that are still living Paleolithically outside of contact. Maybe. In Papua New Guinea, there's a group called the Cargo Cult. And what they are tribes that had had no contact with modern people up until the time of World War II. And what they saw in the sky was angels and demons battling. It was American and Japanese aircraft fighting. And they began building these wicker structures that looked like airplanes. And things that dropped from the sky were considered to be holy objects. They would have these masks made of bamboo that looked like a pilot's mask or looked like an airplane. And an entire mythology was developed. And it wasn't until the 1960s and 70s that these tribes were actually contacted by anthropologists from the outside. And they had to be very careful because they could inadvertently cause the culture to believe that they were gods. And they didn't want that. In Brazil, in the Amazon rainforest, in Central African jungles, in Papua New Guinea, it is possible that there are still tribes that have no contact with the outside, not because they don't know about it, but because they refuse to. They basically hide in the jungles and live their lives. But that's becoming rarer and rarer as air travel increases, as more and more people exist and spread out. But it's an interesting question. Certainly when I was your age, there were people who had not yet been contacted. Today, I kind of hope there are, because there's something special, I think, about that. But that's an emotional reaction. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, I think I watched a documentary and my brothers did, and I walked in on a moment, and it's like, yeah, these guys went to a tribe, and they tried to, convert them to some religion, but they got murdered, and then they found out.
North Sentinel. Off the coast of India, there's North Sentinel.
That's right. And they shoot arrows at anyone who even comes close. Yeah, they don't want contact.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
North Sentinel, you say it's called?
Yeah, North Sentinel.
Yes.
And then, I think it was it was people in Africa. They thought the King of England was a god.
Yeah. And usually the British didn't operate that way.
Yeah.
But the British and the Americans and others, when dealing with primitives, would certainly use some degree of superstitious awe, as in, this is my boomstick, that sort of thing. He can kill with a sound. And, to a person who doesn't know about firearms, boomsticks are pretty darn scary. We're going to talk about that again and again. Anyway, thank you for your questions. Oh, you have one more?
No.
Okay. Yes, Dan.
The bells was ring 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was. Get out of here.
Okay.
Have a good day.